Welcome back to Seven Shepherds Farm. Today we're getting ready to do another paddock move here with the sheep, and we just wanted to show you what this is going to be, the paddock that we're moving them into. So kind of give you a before and after. Later on this week we'll show you what this paddock looks like here in about 3 or 4 days when we move them out of here. So this is another large field that we're moving them into. We haven't really had time to divide this one up as much either. So it's about another 30-acre bottom field here. So here's some of the forages we're looking at going into. We got lots of red clover in here, which we planted a fair amount of that a couple years ago, and we're really seeing it pay off here. Last year and then this year again, it's really thick out here. And then obviously we still have a lot of fescue, which is fine, and we have a lot of forbs or weeds, or I'm not sure exactly even what some of this broader leaf plant is, but the sheep like it. So as long as they eat it, I'm fine with it. And we got quite a bit of orchard grass, which that's something, they used to actually call this the orchard grass field, but then probably since we've been on this farm before we started running sheep, there wasn't much orchard grass in here. It's just kind of a name that stuck with the field. But now we're really seeing that orchard grass come back in here along with the red clover, like I said. So, and then we've got plenty of white clover. Basically, there's probably 10 or 15 different kinds of grass in here. But we'll kind of be interesting to see what the sheep go after first, and kind of what they prefer, and see what they don't like. So here in a couple days we'll bring you back to this paddock and show you what they went after. But here's the previous paddock. Here's that creek that we crossed a few days ago, and then we brought them up. This is like kind of a lane that brings us up to the back 80. So they've been in there for almost a week now. They've made it. So that's been a really good paddock for them to be in. But there's a ton of warm season grasses in that field, whereas this bottom field we're in, we really don't have any warm season grasses. No natives were planted in here. So might have a little bit of Johnson grass, but that's probably the only warm season we'll see. But anyway, we just figured we'd show you this paddock move before, and then we'll do an after video, like I said, once the sheep are out of here. But I know they're really gonna like this one, so we kind of skipped this. We could have brought them in here straight when we crossed the creek. We came from the big bottom field, which also had a ton of red clover and white clover in it. And if you remember in that video, we're kind of telling you we wanted to get them out of the super high protein grasses and into something just a little more mild. And that's why we took them to the back 80 where all the natives are, and didn't bring them to this field, because you can see how much red clover is mixed in. There's a ton of red clover in this bottom field here as well. So we didn't want to bring them straight from one extreme clover patch to another, because they were pretty washy already. So, but they've really cleaned up in that back 80 patch. They've really cleaned up and dried out. So they're not near as loose as what they were coming out of that big bottom field. So anyway, field it was early spring as well. So it's probably been a good 80 days since we've been in this bottom field. So it's, there shouldn't be, it's super wet, but there shouldn't be much parasite pressure down here, just because it's been so long since they've been in here. I mean, they are pretty wet, kind of a soggier fields here. So if you rotated them too tight and you came back, too early, they would probably hold a pretty high parasite load in these fields being so wet. But like I said, we waited about 80 days, but they should be good to go now. All right, so we're back here in the back 80, and the sheep have actually been back here about 7 days, so which is significantly longer than what we normally would leave them in an area. But like we had said in our previous video, that this is such a big paddock and we haven't had time to divide it up, so gave us kind of a chance to get some other things done, so we left them back here a little longer. But anyway, I want to show you kind of what the grasses look like in this paddock compared to where we just were. This one here has a lot more of the native warm season grasses. They were actually planted about, I think, 15 or 20 years ago, well before we were on this farm. But the owner said that they never really had much luck with it. Never really came up hardly. And then, you know, kind of as soon as we started really rotating animals, we started with cows and now we're doing sheep. But the warm seasons have really taken off. They like that longer rest period. So if you're rotating if you have a really short rest period on your grasses, the warm seasons, it seems like they just do not like that. They don't like being nipped off so quick. But so in here, we have a lot of big blue stem and a lot of Indian grass. And until it's seeded out, I kind of have a hard time really telling which one's which. I think the big blue stem is more of this, you know, bluer colored grass, and then the Indian grass is kind of your standard green looking. But the warm seasons, all the stuff, it gets kind of woody down towards the bottom. So down towards here, it's kind of actually hard for the sheep to overgraze it if you don't leave them in here a really long time, because it gets kind of woody down towards the bottom here. But this grass was, you know, almost as tall as me whenever we moved them in here. So they've, you know, taken 2/3 of it, and then they still leave plenty down here where, you know, you got plenty of cover and it can still regrow. It's gonna probably within the next week or two, it'll be twice as tall as what it is. So this time of year, which is like the 1st of June, it really takes off, that warm season grass does. So, and then you can see how low they took kind of your cooler season grasses. They'll take them down, you know, within a few inches of the ground, where the warm season's at least a foot tall yet. So yeah, it's not 50-50, I wouldn't say. There's more cool seasons in here than warm seasons, but it's pretty close. This is a good representative of kind of what the whole 80 acres really, you know, looks like. Which is nice having both. I think it's nice to have warm season and cool seasons in the same paddock. So then no matter what time of year it is, you're always going to have something to eat. So as soon as the cool seasons kind of start to go dormant and don't grow as fast here in the next month, they'll really slack off because of the heat, and it'll start drying out. These warm seasons will still be growing like crazy. And then in the fall, whenever the warm seasons kind of slow down, the cool seasons will come back on. So I like to have both. But all right, well, I just thought I'd show you kind of how this paddock looked after we had essentially 1,000 ewes in here for a week, and they're by no means out of forage. They definitely could stay longer if we wanted them to, but we don't like to take it any lower than this because it'll regrow so much faster if you just leave it, you know, leave it a little bit longer. So we're gonna move them today and follow along as we get them moved through the gate here.
Okay, so just like Jake said, this is a really large paddock for us. This is 80 acres back here, so this is going to take a while to get all these sheep to the other side to call them down into the next paddock. But we're going to kind of take you along as best as we can and kind of show you how they just follow our call and follow the dogs to the next paddock opening. So today we brought some special guests with us. We have our nieces here with us today to help us. We have all of our kids here to help us today. So they've been looking forward to this move and this work all day. And so we finally came out to get this job done. Jake and 2 more of our kids on the 4-wheeler pushing today, but we're up here calling these sheep into the next paddock, aren't we, kids? Yep. All right.
Me and Natalie are here.
All right, let's go get this job done. I know you guys are ready to go back down to the creek, aren't you? We got them following behind us here. They've kind of got a little creek to go through right here, but it's nothing much. It's got a big rock in it. So anyways, they're following behind us really well. We've got a ways to go yet. But it's kind of hard to get this on video while I'm driving, but I'm gonna try to show you guys how they follow along here behind the side-by-side. We got lots of helpers up here helping us call these sheep today. So, are they biting you?
No, Hudson's bleeding on me.
Oh. All right, let's keep calling. We got quite the trail behind us over here. As you can see, they kind of just follow the dogs behind us.
As you can see,
Calling the dogs usually works better than anything, but it's kind of a warm afternoon here. Have our magical bucket of dog food. Shake a little bit of that. We got to fill up the dog feeder today, but I normally get some coming.
stop it. I can do that. Mom, put it off of this, Mom. Like, shh. It's an SA church, by the way. See if we can find snow. He's like a big poopy tail. I don't think any of these dogs even heard of a haircut. Yeah, they eat one though. I don't think we should take a big dog to just my eyes doesn't like this. Hello, seep, seep, seep. Hello,
All right, this is that other open field that they were in that we stopped at the first time. So we've made a complete circle around this 80 acres, and now we're kind of back into this first open field. So we kind of have sheep pouring off of every hillside here, following us from around this 80 acres. But we'll all link them all back up here into this opening to the next paddock that you can see here in just a second. But right now they're just kind of pouring off of every hillside. We'll walk through this opening right here. They've never been through this opening before. We've never moved them through this opening, so the girls are gonna go walk through this opening right here, and Hudson's gonna help them and kind of call them through this opening.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
No.
Good job, guys. Okay, whenever they start there you go. Good job. Just kind of move out of the way once they start pouring through, okay? Good job. Here, they found it. Good job, guys. Hey, Huxon, you're stopping them all from going through. Step back, buddy. Good job. You can kind of see them running down this hillside here. Down this little woods pathway is that big open bottom field. So many lambs running through with them, which is really cool. Lambs are getting old enough. They've been moved so many times, they know the drill. Another pretty big group of them right here. Okay, and just like I showed you before this, there's just streams of sheep coming off of all over the place, every hillside on this 80 acres. So this is going to be a really long move, but that one got excited. He was kind of dancing sideways. Just like Jake was saying earlier, their tails have really dried up getting off of that rich grass. Huxton's gonna make sure they all come through today. Gonna keep calling them until we're done. Some of them are kind of balking at this gate. They know there used to be a fence there. We've been using a lot of these spring gates as our temporary gates. It's been kind of nice.
Can me and Natalie go push that one?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, let's go push this one.
Oh, she might have forgot her lamb. She took off for the hills.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
You guys want to go and peek over this hill and see if you see more
Yeah.
coming? I think I still hear some more. Don't scare them back down the hill, okay? We'll officially have 7 little shepherds helping us today. Whoop! Here they come. You better move out of their way. These guys don't know the way. Can you guys go show them where the opening is? Huxton was already here showing them. He's fast. Good job. Hey, scoot off their path, buddy. You're going to get run over. Found some more. Jake and the baby and Max are over the hill on a 4-wheeler, kind of helping push. I know we saw 2 of them that had just had lambs this morning we were going to leave behind. All right, let's wait till they pop over the hill with the rest of them here. Oh, while we're taking a break, Bree wants to tell everybody a joke. Bree, do you remember what your joke was?
What does the farmer say when the sheep is in the way? Bad sheep.
Good one, Bree. Thank you for the entertainment, Bree. Oh, we got some more sheep coming, kids.
I have a little trick.
Oh, you have a trick too?
Okay, what does the farmer say when the cow and the chicken are kissing. Brown chicken, brown cow.
That's silly. Okay, we got to call these sheep through. Huxon, are you going to call these sheep through? Group here needs a little help. Good job, thank you. All right, let's go make sure we got them all now. All right, we got all the kids up here helping us. This is that last little group that we found down there. And they were not with us whenever we called the other group through, so they're not really sure where to go. So we kind of got everybody fanned out here. Let them find the opening. There, they found it. Good job, everybody. Got it done, Max? All right, I think we're about done with this job. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we about got them whipped. I think there's a handful left. They just keep coming out of everywhere. There's so much woods in this patch. So it's probably 40 acres of woods in here. But we got the vast majority of them. We'll just come back tomorrow and see if, I'd say there's probably a handful still down there, but we're hiding out in the woods. So this is one of our trickier moves really, because it's just, like we said several times, it's a big paddock. It's kind of hard to get them all out of the woods. And it's also in the heat of the day right now, so they weren't really wanting to leave the shade. So we brought all the extra help we could find. So I think we got about 7 kids that are out here. But they got
7.
Yeah, maybe. They got the job done though. Had some good herders out here, good shepherds, right?
Yep.
Some of them might have been their first time, but they sure pick up quick. You did good. But all right, well, we got everything moved, so I guess we'll wrap up today's video, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you like the content we're putting out.